feel like reading something that's going to make you ugly cry? Like something so sad and tragic that you're just like sobbing into a pillow? Hey guys, it's Dan, Book Nook Noggin, here with another book review, and this time I'm here to review Betty by Tiffany McDaniel. This was one of those books that was like super long. It did take me a very long time to read this. I don't remember when I started reading it. I think I started reading it back in May, maybe. I did start to read this as part of a readathon that was hosted on Brad Proctor's Discord, and I think everybody else had kind of flown through this and read this relatively quickly, whereas I kind of needed to take breaks through some of the scenes because, first off, I want to say Tiffany McDaniel has this beautiful way of writing prose. This is her second novel, although this is her first novel that she ever wrote. This is her second book. Her debut was The Summer That Melted Everything, and I will have a link to that review down below. But this one is based on her mother's life and her mother's family and just the dichotomy of the family relationships. It's kind of like a history, and one of the most charming things about this book, besides the beautiful prose of her writing, is we don't know how much of this is true, like how much of this is based on reality, and how much of it is a fiction. This is a pretty big book. It clocks in around 463, 465 pages. Really, I love the deckled edges. I do have to say that was a nice touch for this book. But having read her debut novel and now having read this by far is my fave. Now, I feel like I have to say that a lot of people, when they talk about Betty, they seem to focus on the tragedies, like the tragic aspects of the things that happened to this family over the years. And I want to say, I know that that's probably what the selling point was for a lot of people. I think that was the kind of the capture that say, hey, I want to read that because, you know, so-and-so had said that this book is really tragic, it's really sad at times. But that I don't want that to be the sole focus of this book, because this book is so much more. This book is about a family. It's about their ups and downs, and it's about a family's life and like siblings and a relationship with their parents and relationships between the siblings. And I really felt like, now having read both of her novels, I really feel like Tiffany McDaniel has a way of writing good father figures. You know, Autopsy Bliss from The Summer That Melted Everything seemed like a really good dad. And then we've got Landon Carpenter and Betty, and he seems like a really awesome dad too, who is trying to inspire his kids. He's trying to let his daughters know that they can be strong and powerful women. And I really appreciated that. I thought that was a great message. And like I said, all of the wisdom and just like the, you know, even though they didn't have a lot and he wasn't an educated man, but he was so wise in the things he would, you know, express to his community and to his children. When I read the ending of this, it was very sad because I too felt the loss of Landon Carpenter, and I thought that it was, like I said, Tiffany McDaniel has a way of writing very beautiful prose, and she kind of writes things that really hit home. Now, I don't want to go into too much, like, talking about the tragedies that happen in this book, because I feel like that would be spoiling it. I feel like you need to feel these emotions while you're reading the book. There are some, maybe I should give you guys trigger warnings. There are scenes involving suicide. There are a few deaths. There is the incidents of rape / incest, so I'm going to give you those as trigger warnings. If that's not your thing, you may not want to check this one out. But like I said, beautifully written. I really, she could write a phone book and make it sound absolutely superb. I have to give her hands down, her writing ability, her writing chops is a plus in my opinion. I know she has a third novel coming out sometime in 2022. I can't wait for that. I am highly anticipating this. I don't know what the title is going to be for that one, but when that one comes out, I'm going to want to jump on that one and read it too, because I was so impressed with this one. This by far has to be my favorite book by her. I gave this a 5 out of 5 star rating on Goodreads. Just the interesting character development of the siblings and the family, I just found them to be really interesting. I love how there was the one sister who wanted to be a star more than anything. It was like her great, you know, ambition to be a star, and she wanted nothing more. And then there's the one kid who wanted to be an artist, and all he did was, like, you know, draw. And then there was another kid who wanted to, you know, fit in his father's shoes and continue on with his legacy. And then there was Betty, and I love the little talks between father and daughter with Betty. I thought that was kind of the wisdom that would leak through this book were through those scenes. And then I love the fact that, you know, the author talks about how Betty wants to be a writer herself, and she's always writing down her family history, which kind of, you know, leads you to that moment, like, you want to know, but yet you don't want to know what's truth and which parts are fiction, because I think that would kind of, I don't know, dissolve the whole mystery of the story, and maybe take away from just how, you know, good it is. I'm not sure, but I thought, you know, that's kind of what helped me, like, really enjoy the book, was the fact that we don't know what is fiction when it comes to this. She got, like, family history from relatives and kind of tried to write about it, and yeah, everybody's been giving this a lot of high praise, and this is definitely one of those books that's not there. The hype is legit when it comes to this book. You definitely, if you are someone who likes family dramas, kind of memoir-esque kind of books, if you like reading about, like, older days, like, you know, kind of historical kind of stuff, you might really enjoy this. It takes place kind of like mostly in the 60s and 70s. So yeah, like I said, I really, really enjoyed this. I mean, there's so much I could say, but I don't want to spoil it. Definitely, hands down, this is going to be one of my faves of reading in 2021. Definitely go check this out. For those of you guys in the U.S., I will have a link to Amazon down below. For you international folks, I'm going to have a link to purchase this from bookshop.org. And if you got something from watching this video, by all means, buy me a coffee or two. I could use the energy and the motivation. And if you came here looking for book reviews and book recommendations, by all means, hit that subscriber button and hit that notification bell while you're at it. This has been Dan. This has been Betty by Tiffany McDaniel. Stay tuned. Later this summer, I might have a surprise waiting for you if you made it this far into the video. Stay healthy and be good to each other.